morning/afternoon, everyone. Let me ask you this. How many of you have ever failed? It might have been on a test, a project, a job, or even in relationships. If you're sitting here and you've never failed at anything, congratulations. You've either lived a flawless life or you haven't tried hard enough. Failure is uncomfortable. It stings. It might make you question your abilities, your decisions, and even your dreams. But what if I told you that failure isn't the end? What if I told you that failure is actually the beginning? Failure is your first step to success because it teaches you lessons that success never could. It builds you in ways that comfort can't. It shapes your character, sharpens your focus, and tests your commitment to what you truly want. You see, the road to success is never a straight, smooth highway. It's a rocky path, filled with detours, wrong turns, and moments where you want to quit. But every misstep brings you closer to your destination if you're willing to learn from it and keep moving forward. You have to change your perspective. Stop seeing failure as a sign to stop and start seeing it as proof that you're trying. Start seeing it as an opportunity to grow. When you do that, failure becomes a stepping stone, a necessary part of your story. So I want to leave you with this. Failure is not something to avoid. It's something to embrace. Because every great success story starts with someone who dared to fail, learn, and rise again. Don't fear failure. Use it, own it, and let it fuel the greatness within you. Failure is proof that you're putting in the effort and stepping outside of your comfort zone. It's evidence that you're not standing still but are actively pursuing something greater than where you are now. The very act of failing means you've dared to try, to take a risk, and to move toward your goals, even if the outcome wasn't what you expected. Too often, people avoid failure because they see it as something shameful, something to be feared. But in reality, failure is a necessary part of growth. It's a sign that you're striving for more, pushing boundaries, and challenging yourself in ways that matter. When you attempt something new or ambitious, failure becomes an inevitable part of the process. No one learns to walk without falling down countless times. No musician masters their instrument without hitting wrong notes. No entrepreneur builds a business without facing setbacks along the way. These moments of failure are not indicators of weakness, but markers of effort and progress. They show that you're willing to put yourself out there, even in the face of uncertainty. Failure also forces you to reflect on what you did and what could be done differently. That reflection is where growth happens. If you never tried, and therefore never failed, you'd remain in a safe but stagnant place, never learning or evolving. By trying and failing, you gain insights that you wouldn't have otherwise. These insights become tools you can use to improve and try again with a better approach. More importantly, failure separates those who are serious about their goals from those who are not. The fear of failure holds many people back, but those who embrace failure understand that it's simply part of the journey. They know that each failed attempt is a step closer to success. They understand that effort, real, sustained effort, often means taking risks that don't always pay off immediately. But that's what makes the eventual success even more meaningful. The truth is, no one achieves anything significant without encountering failure along the way. It's a badge of honor, a reminder that you're in the arena doing the work. The moment you see failure as proof of your effort rather than a reflection of your worth, you unlock the courage to keep going no matter what. Failure is one of the greatest forces for growth in life. When you fail, you're presented with an opportunity to stretch beyond your current abilities, knowledge, and mindset. It forces you to confront areas where you fell short and pushes you to improve. Growth doesn't happen in the comfort zone. It happens when you're faced with challenges that test you, disrupt your plans, and require you to adapt. Failure, as painful as it may feel in the moment, is often the catalyst that compels you to evolve into a better, stronger, and wiser version of yourself. Every time you fail, you're given a chance to reassess and adjust. Failure demands honesty. It makes you look at what you did objectively without excuses or sugarcoating. This clarity is essential for growth because it helps you identify patterns, weaknesses, or blind spots that may have gone unnoticed otherwise. Whether it's a skill you need to refine, a strategy you need to change, or a perspective you need to shift, failure forces you to confront these truths and take steps toward improvement. Moreover, failure teaches you humility. It reminds you that you don't know everything and that there's always room to learn. This humility is crucial for growth because it opens you up to new ideas, constructive feedback, and different approaches. People who never fail or who refuse to acknowledge their failures often become complacent. On the other hand, those who embrace failure, recognize it as a learning experience, and use it as a stepping stone to expand their capabilities and understanding. Failure also strengthens your problem-solving skills. When something doesn't work out, you're challenged to figure out why and find a better way forward. This process of trial and error sharpens your ability to think critically and creatively. It encourages you to explore new methods, innovate, and approach problems from different angles. Over time, this resilience in problem solving becomes second nature, making you more adaptable and resourceful in future challenges. Growth through failure isn't immediate. It's a gradual process that happens each time you rise after falling. Every setback you face, analyze, and overcome builds a foundation for long-term success. It's not just about improving your skills or achieving your goals. It's about becoming the kind of person who can handle adversity with grace, learn from mistakes, and emerge stronger. Failure, then, is not just a detour, but an essential part of your journey toward growth and achievement. Failure often carries a negative connotation, but its true power lies in how you define it. Redefining failure means shifting your mindset from seeing it as a symbol of defeat to recognizing it as an opportunity for progress. When you change the way you perceive failure, you unlock its potential to drive growth and transformation. This shift in perspective is crucial because the way you interpret failure has a direct impact on how you respond to it and how far you're willing to go in the pursuit of your goals. Many people view failure as an indication of inadequacy or as a signal to stop trying. They fear it, avoid it, and let it discourage them from taking risks. However, failure is not the opposite of success. It's an integral part of it. Every mistake you make, every misstep you take is a sign that you're actively engaging in the process of learning and improving. Redefining failure means understanding that it's not about falling short. It's about the willingness to try and the courage to keep going despite setbacks. When you embrace failure as a stepping stone, it becomes less intimidating. Instead of fearing it, you begin to anticipate the lessons it will teach you. You start to see each attempt as valuable, regardless of the outcome. Redefining failure also helps you develop a growth mindset, the belief that your abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort and persistence. With this mindset, failure is no longer a final verdict, but a temporary challenge that can be overcome with time and dedication. This new perspective on failure also allows you to take bolder risks. When you no longer view failure as something to be avoided at all costs, you're more likely to step out of your comfort zone and pursue ambitious goals. The fear of failure no longer holds you back because you've redefined what it means to fail. It's not about falling, it's about what you do after you fall. Do you stay down or do you rise again, smarter and stronger than before? Redefining failure doesn't mean ignoring its challenges or pretending it doesn't hurt. It means acknowledging the difficulties while choosing to see the value it brings. It means treating failure as a teacher, not a threat. This mindset empowers you to keep striving, to keep learning, and to ultimately succeed in ways that would never have been possible without the lessons failure provides. Success is rarely a one-time event. It is almost always the result of persistence. Failure, as frustrating as it may seem, is often the necessary fuel that keeps you moving forward, step by step, toward your goals. Each setback is a test of your resolve and your commitment to what you're trying to achieve. Persistence is what bridges the gap between failure and success. It's the determination to keep trying, no matter how many times you fall or how many doors close in your face. It's about understanding that failure is not the end of the road, but part of the journey. Failure challenges you to reevaluate your approach. When one method doesn't work, persistence pushes you to try another. When a door closes, persistence reminds you to look for a window. This constant effort to adapt and improve is what gradually leads to success. Success is not about avoiding failure, but about refusing to give up when failure happens. It's about taking each failed attempt as an opportunity to refine your strategy, sharpen your skills, and move closer to your goals. The process may be slow and riddled with setbacks, but persistence ensures that progress is always being made. Persistence also builds a sense of grit. Grit is the ability to maintain passion and effort over a long period, even when the odds seem stacked against you. Every time you persist in the face of failure, you reinforce this quality within yourself. You prove to yourself that you are capable of enduring hardship and pushing forward. This inner strength becomes a critical factor in achieving long-term success because it keeps you focused and motivated, even when immediate results are nowhere in sight. Moreover, persistence allows you to see failure for what it truly is, a stepping stone. Each time you try again, you carry with you the lessons of your previous attempts. Those lessons make you better prepared for the next challenge, more informed and more capable. The cumulative effect of these small, persistent efforts is what ultimately leads to breakthrough moments. Success is not built in a single grand act, but in the small, consistent steps you take every day, even when progress feels invisible. When failure is met with persistence, it becomes a tool for growth rather than an obstacle. The road to success may be long and winding, but persistence ensures you stay the course, no matter how difficult it gets. Each time you persist, you bring yourself one step closer to the success you've been working so hard to achieve. Failure builds character in ways that success never could. While success may bring temporary satisfaction, failure shapes your inner strength and resilience in profound ways. It is in the moments of failure that your true character is tested. It's easy to be confident when things are going well, but it's in the struggle, the setbacks, and the challenges that you truly discover what you're made of. Failure forces you to confront your weaknesses, your doubts, and your fears, but it also provides you with the opportunity to rise above them. One of the most significant aspects of character development through failure is humility. When you fail, it's often a reminder that you don't have all the answers. It's a humbling experience, forcing you to accept that you have room to grow. This humility is essential not just for personal development, but also for building strong relationships with others. Failure teaches you to be open to feedback, to learn from those around you, and to acknowledge that there is always something new to learn. Humility gained through failure encourages you to stay grounded, even when success eventually comes your way. Failure also cultivates perseverance. When you fail, you have two choices: to give up or to keep going. It's in choosing to keep going that you develop the persistence needed to achieve your goals. Each failure becomes a lesson in perseverance, teaching you to push through difficult times, even when progress seems slow or uncertain. This ability to persist through adversity strengthens your character, making you more determined and capable of handling future challenges. Additionally, failure teaches patience. Success often comes quickly and without struggle, but true, lasting achievement takes time. Failure reminds you that you cannot rush the process. It teaches you that the road to success is rarely immediate, and that growth and achievement take time, effort, and a willingness to learn from your mistakes. Patience is a cornerstone of strong character because it allows you to stay focused on the long-term vision rather than becoming discouraged by short-term setbacks. Perhaps most importantly, failure teaches you courage. It takes courage to face failure, to embrace the discomfort of it, and to continue striving for success despite the odds. This courage isn't the absence of fear, but the ability to move forward in spite of it. The more you fail and rise again, the stronger your courage becomes, allowing you to take on bigger challenges and face them with confidence. It is through failure that you learn what it truly means to be resilient, to rise after every fall, and to keep pursuing your goals with unwavering belief in your ability to succeed. The most successful people in history, across all fields, have one thing in common: they failed before they succeeded. Behind every major achievement is a story of setbacks, disappointments, and failed attempts that eventually led to a breakthrough. Success is not a straight path. It is filled with obstacles, detours, and moments of doubt. However, it is those who keep going after each failure, who learn from their mistakes and continue to strive, that eventually reach their goals. Failure is the foundation upon which success is built. Take, for example, the story of Thomas Edison. He famously failed thousands of times before he successfully invented the light bulb. Each failure was not a reason to quit, but a lesson learned, a step closer to the success he ultimately achieved. Similarly, Walt Disney faced multiple bankruptcies and was even told that he lacked creativity, yet he continued to push forward, creating one of the most successful entertainment empires in the world. These stories are not exceptions, they are the rule. The people who achieve greatness are not those who avoid failure, but those who use failure as fuel to keep pushing forward. Success requires persistence, and persistence is born from the willingness to fail. When you fail, you learn something new about yourself, your approach, and your environment. This knowledge allows you to make better decisions, refine your strategies, and try again with more experience. With each failure, you build a reservoir of wisdom that helps you avoid previous mistakes and navigate future challenges with greater skill and confidence. The most successful people embrace this process, recognizing that failure is an integral part of learning and growth. Furthermore, failure often forces innovation. When faced with failure, people are driven to think outside the box, to be more creative, and to explore new solutions they may not have considered before. Many inventions, discoveries, and breakthroughs have been the result of repeated failures and the determination to keep going. Failure pushes people to refine their ideas, to test new methods, and to challenge the status quo in ways that eventually lead to success. Ultimately, the difference between those who succeed and those who give up is not talent or intelligence, but the ability to persist in the face of failure. Every failure is a lesson, every setback an opportunity to grow stronger. The path to success is not an easy one, but it is one that requires perseverance, resilience, and the willingness to fail and try again. Those who embrace failure as part of the process are the ones who ultimately achieve their dreams. So I encourage you all to change the way you see failure. Don't shy away from it or fear it. Instead, welcome it as part of your journey. Let it teach you, strengthen you, and push you forward. Remember, success is not about avoiding mistakes. It's about how you rise after each one. It's about the courage to try again, the persistence to keep moving, and the wisdom to learn from every step, every fall, and every failure along the way. Embrace your failures, because they are, without a doubt, your first steps to success. Keep going and never stop believing in the power of your journey.